Hi, I talked about how I went to Florida in my introduction video, and I'm going to go in depth about the trip today. When I was a sophomore in high school, my friend Brady's brother Brett played for the Simpson College baseball team. He had a road trip to Florida for a string of baseball games, and Brady, along with his mom, dad, and sister, decided to go watch him. Originally, Brady's sister Brinley was going to bring two friends along with her, but one of them had to cancel, so Brady ended up asking me to go, and I got her ticket. I asked my mom, and at first she was hesitant to let me go, but eventually she said yes, and I started packing my bags for the week-long trip. This would actually end up being my second time going to Florida. I went with my family when I was much younger, but I don't remember going because I was so young. Before this flight, I had never flown on a plane before, so this was quite the experience. We drove to the Des Moines airport around 7 a.m. and arrived at 9. From there, our flight left later that day around 11:30 or 12. Fortunately, we had a direct flight and did not have to switch planes anywhere. After we landed, we headed straight to our hotel to unpack our suitcases and get settled in for a little bit. All six of us were sharing one room, which was actually quite large. There was a pull-out sofa, a small living area with a kitchen, and a sleeping area along with a huge bathroom and balcony. After we sat in our room for a little, we decided to go out to eat at Texas Roadhouse. After dinner, we then decided to go drive around and look at the sights of the city. After driving, we went back to our hotel and realized there was a pool and hot tub close to our room, so we decided to check it out. But it turns out that the entrance to there was locked, so we went to bed to prepare for the next day. In the morning, Brett had his first day of baseball, so we went to the games to watch him play. Before going to the fields, we stopped at a gas station to get drinks and snacks. This gas station was really sketchy because it was located in a very unpleasant part of the city, and the gas station actually had bars on the windows. After we stopped at the gas station, we headed for the fields. We spent pretty much the whole day at the fields, and fortunately, Brett ended up winning his games. Another day, we drove to Clearwater Beach, and I had to ride in the trunk and laid on the bags because there were too many people in the car. Before actually making our way to the beach, we stopped and got food at some fast food restaurant I don't remember the name of. After eating, we started heading for the beach again. On this day, it was really, really hot, so the car ride there was not the most enjoyable experience. When we got to the beach, we all changed and headed towards the water. The sand was also extremely hot, so it felt really good to get in the water. We ended up staying at the beach for a total of around 4 hours, I think, and it was all really fun except for the fact that I got the worst sunburn of my life. Since I was only wearing swim trunks, I was red from my head to my toes. The sunburn really made the trip worse because of how much it hurt and how uncomfortable it made me feel. After we were done at the beach, we all headed back to our hotel to clean up. After we were all ready, we headed out to eat again, and I can't remember the place we ate at, but I do remember it was very good. The next day, we went around Florida and mainly just shopped at different places. Along with the shopping, we also ate at a couple places, one being Golden Corral and the other was some fancy Italian restaurant. While I was there shopping, I got many people that came up to me and asked me if I'd ever heard of sunscreen because that was how bad my sunburn was. After that, we spent the last day watching more baseball, and I think that Brett ended up winning one of his games and losing one as well. Overall, he had a pretty successful trip with the games he played. The next morning, we all packed our bags and headed for the airport. We had a direct flight again, which I was thankful for. Unfortunately, our flight got delayed, so we had to sit at the airport for what seemed like years. While I was there at the airport, I ate a lot of food and kind of killed my time that way. About 3 to 4 hours later, we boarded the plane and were on our way home. Once I was home, I realized how fun the trip actually was and learned that I want to travel to a lot more exciting places in the future. Thank you for listening to my speech.